And no, that title you're seeing, that is not clickbait. It's a real question, and it gets right to the heart of why so many traders fail. We are going to break down exactly how you can be profitable even when you're losing most of the time. I want you to really look at this. Out of 100 trades, you've got 74 losses and only 26 wins. You're wrong almost 3/4 of the time. Now, your gut reaction is to call this trader a failure, right? You'd assume their account is just completely drained. But what if I told you this is the record of a consistently profitable trader? And that's the big question, isn't it? It just doesn't seem to make sense. How on earth can you be that wrong that often and still come out on top? It goes against everything we think we know about needing a high win rate to make it in this game. Now, if you're already thinking the secret is some $50,000 course, some magic indicator, or just copying some guru's signals, let me just stop you right there. Nope, forget all that. The answer is way more fundamental, and it all starts by rewiring the way you think about the market. And to really get this, we need to talk about a place you already know inside and out, the supermarket. Yeah, I know, but trust me, this simple analogy is going to show you the huge psychological blind spot that sabotages almost every single trader. Just look at this breakdown. It's night and day. At the supermarket, your favorite coffee is 50% off. You're thrilled. You load up the cart, feeling like a genius for snagging such a good deal. But in the market, a stock you own drops 50%. It's pure gut-wrenching terror. You hit the sell button in a panic, feeling like a total fool. It's the exact same stimulus, a price cut, but your brain gives you a completely opposite reaction. Why does that happen? And that right there, that's the whole problem. Our entire lives, we are taught to spot a bargain, to buy things when they're on sale because they offer good value. But the second we pull up a trading chart, all that common sense just goes right out the window. We've been trained to chase price, to buy high, simply because we're terrified of being left behind. This broken way of thinking leads traders right into a very destructive, and for a lot of you listening, a very familiar cycle of financial pain. Tell me if this sounds familiar. The price just rips. From $1 to $5. You can't take it anymore. The FOMO, that fear of missing out, is just eating you alive, so you buy. Right at the top. And then what happens? Of course, the price pulls back. It drops down to 2. Now it's not FOMO, it's panic. You see your money vanishing and you sell, locking in a huge loss. But then it turns around and explodes to 8. And you're just stuck on the sidelines, sick with regret, only to make the exact same mistake at the next peak. So listen, the most important thing to get here is this. Your strategy might be perfectly fine. Your indicators might be great, but none of that matters if your own psychology is forcing you to buy high and sell low over and over again. You're fighting yourself and you're losing. So if it's not about finding that perfect magic indicator, then what is it about? Let's pull back the curtain and look at what's actually driving these big market moves that you keep getting trapped in. I know a lot of you have spent countless hours, maybe hundreds of hours, studying concepts like order blocks, fair value gaps, all that stuff. And you've been taught to believe that these patterns are the reason the market turns where it does. But here's the revelation. Those things, they aren't the cause, they're the effect. Think of them like footprints in the sand. They prove that something big walked by, but the footprints themselves didn't cause the journey. They're just the evidence left behind.
So, what is the real engine? What's actually making it all happen? Well, it all comes down to a concept that's as old as buying and selling itself.
Premium versus discount. That is it. Seriously, just like our supermarket analogy. The market is just in a constant tug of war between prices that are expensive, that's the premium, and prices that are cheap, that's the discount.
You got to think about it from the perspective of the big institutions, the ones with enough cash to actually move markets. They can't just buy whenever they feel like it. If they buy at high premium prices, they kill their own returns. So they need the price to be low. They need a discount. They wait, or sometimes they even help push the price down so they can load up on the cheap. And once they're done buying, their own massive volume is what pushes the price up to a premium. And your job is not to predict this. It's to follow their footprints and buy at the discount right alongside them. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how does this actually translate into real dollars in your account? Well, that is where the secret math comes into play. Which brings us right back to where we started. If you get the whole buy at a discount thing, how do you actually build a profitable system around it, even if you're still wrong 74% of the time? How does the math on that even work? The secret is all about your risk-to-reward ratio. Your winning trades have to be so much bigger than your losing trades. And you know what? The actual calculation that makes your 26 wins completely erase and then sum your 74 losses
It's actually incredibly simple.
But I'm not going to just flash it up on the screen, because my experience has taught me one thing for sure. People just don't value what they get for free. Information that comes too easily is almost never taken seriously. And frankly, this is just too important to become another tip you hear once and then forget.
So, the full breakdown. I'm talking the exact risk-to-reward calculation and the step-by-step strategy for how to use it. That's something I share with people who are genuinely serious about making a change in their trading.
So if you're ready to learn, you've got two simple options. First, comment part 2 below this explainer, and if I see enough of you want it, I'll make a follow-up breaking down the entire thing. Just join our free Telegram group. The link is in the description. The choice is yours.